Hey, what is up guys, Merganman4 here, and in just a few short months, this favorite show of ours will be celebrating its 60th birthday, and I wanted to do something special to mark the occasion. Introducing my Top 10 Doctor Who series. Week by week, in the lead up to the anniversary, I'll be reviewing my top 10 stories of each Doctor, plus my top 10 spin-off stories. This franchise has had a lot of fantastic stories to offer over the decades, and I want to celebrate the best of the best. And when I say that, I'm including everything. That's right, I'm not just sticking to the TV series. Novels, comics, audio dramas, short stories, if it's officially licensed, it counts. That being said, I should note my experience of expanded media is heavily biased towards the audios. I've simply listened to far more stories than I've read, so the vast majority of what I'll be talking about will be made up of either audio or TV. But I want to make it clear that no story is excluded based off the medium it was created for, and no doubt if I redo this series for the 70th anniversary, I'll have a lot more printed stories under my belt to choose from. However, there are some ground rules I'd like to lay down first. This series will only have dedicated videos for the mainline TV Doctors. That's 1 through 13 plus War. I haven't forgotten the Fugitive Doctor, she simply hasn't had enough stories yet. But what counts, for example, as a First Doctor story? Well, basically, if it features the First Doctor, whether it be in a starring role or even just as a cameo, it counts. Same goes for any other Doctor, with the exception of multi-Doctor stories, which for simplicity's sake will only count for a single Doctor. So you won't be seeing the same story pop up on multiple lists. Additionally, some stories have multiple versions, and I'm not just talking about extended cuts, but full-on adaptations for different mediums, most famously the novelizations of television stories. Some are fairly straightforward adaptations, but others offer a significantly different take on events, so I thought it important that these were also eligible. However, for the sake of variety, only one version of a story can ultimately be included. Even if both the original and the adaptation would have made it onto a list, I'll only be including my favorite of the two. And what about the spin-offs? Well, if it's set in the Doctor Who universe and doesn't feature one of the TV Doctors, it counts. Now, I specify the TV Doctors because I do still want to acknowledge some of the incarnations created for expanded media, but I didn't feel that they would justify their own dedicated list. So, spin-off Doctors they are. Between all the lists, I'm pretty sure that every story I've experienced, at least, is eligible, and in total it means I'll be talking about 150 different stories from across the Doctor Who universe. I've never reviewed anything on that scale before, and indeed it'll be my first time reviewing anything from expanded media, so I'm very excited for it, but also a little bit daunted. I hope that you find the series entertaining and enjoy hearing about some of my all-time favorite stories that this franchise has produced in the last 60 years. And I look forward to hearing about some of yours in the comments too. And with that, Merganman4 over and out, and I'll see you guys next week with my top 10 First Doctor stories.